60, 70, 80 years old, I look at their testosterone level and I look at their son's testosterone level. His is higher. The uncle's is higher. The 20-some-year-olds that come in with low T, one thing they all have in common, they've all been vapors. If you go to your regular doctor or your urologist, they really don't check those things. No. The problem with the range is it's so wide, and it's the same for a 16-year-old and a 99-year-old. The goal with TRT is to bring your levels to what they should be in your 20s. Nature is not dumb. That's our reset button. So sleep is one of those most important things that we take for granted. You need something to help manage your stress. You can't avoid stress. You're an anomaly. What about the other guys who are trying to make it?
To boost your testosterone, like you told us, simple is hard.
Silly.
Simple is hard.
Yeah.
Winstrol twice a week, testosterone twice a week. Right away, bro.
Right away.
Right away.
Jesus Christ. You're still a monster, dude.
But if you want to be a bodybuilder, anabolics and testosterone, they're going to be the king all the time.
Hey, welcome guys. Welcome to the Atlas podcast, one of the first episodes. I'm Mandeep Singh, I'm a board-certified practitioner and longevity expert, and I'm here with my friend, Mr. Bicky Singh. He's like a brother, and he is an IFBB pro and a dietitian and coach. So welcome, my friend. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you coming to share your wealth of knowledge from the bodybuilding world and the wellness world.
Experience
is
the biggest thing.
The best type of knowledge, right?
Yep.
We can get started. So where do you want to start?
So my name is Bicky Singh, your transformation coach and a bodybuilder who's been doing bodybuilding from last 20 years and into this fitness industry from last almost 30 years. And I'm here to deliver as much knowledge as we can on health, hormonal health, physical health, mental health, bringing in top doctors, researchers, sportsmen, coaches to help you understand health and fitness in a very layman and easy language that we can relate to. Yeah, man, I'm really excited for this podcast because everyone is into wellness today, and everyone is about testosterones. They want more and more testosterones. So let me just start with this. As I get clients, I see like young kids, not just kids, but age group from 20 to 40, they're having a testosterone, like low testosterone. Like majority of the cases I see, it's not like below the borderline, but it's by the borderline. I would say 200 to 300.
Oh, yeah.
So why is that? Because I don't think this was the problem like 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah. So we see, clients like that all the time, right? This literally starts at like 20, 22-year-old. And then we have 35, 40, 50. The range goes on and on. And the question is, why does a 25-year-old have the testosterone levels of like a 60-year-old, right? And as the last few years have been progressing, we're seeing more and more of that happening. Understood. When you turn about 35, 40 years old, naturally decline's happening, all right?
Yep.
But that's just a biological way of the body going through andropause, just like females go through menopause.
Yep.
But a 22, 25-year-old shouldn't be having that, and they have symptoms. It's not, okay, the number is one thing, and I'll get into the numbers. They also have the symptoms. Fatigue all the time,
yep.
Brain fog, they can't think clearly, They have low libido, they have no motivation. That is the biggest one. A 20-some-year-old to not have motivation, they have their whole life ahead of them.
Yeah.
And is the true case hormones? Do they have depression? Is the low hormones causing this depression and anxiety? It is a lot of the times the case.
You think lifestyle is people are very lazy nowadays. Everything on computers and TVs and video games. When we were kids, we used to run around and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you think like all this lifestyle, because people are just sitting down and doing nothing and binge eating and stuff. How does that affect on the overall hormonal health, like excessive fat, convert into
estrogen.
Estrogens.
Yeah. And that is probably the reason that 20-some-year-olds or 18-year-olds have low testosterone levels is their lifestyle, right? The world we live in, there's so much chemicals. Every single food, even if it's organic, is it really organic? We don't know, right? It's whatever they tell us. So the foods are probably the biggest impact that's happening on our whole body. The foods, the chemical, the soda, too many carbs. So what these things are causing is a storm inside the body. And the storm is not letting the signal go from point A to point B, or if you have a thyroid issue, that's why they feel the way they feel, the fatigue, the brain fog, all that. So the foods, the chemicals, the lifestyle, being indoors, you're not getting any sun. Vitamin D, most important vitamin. It's an actual hormone. Yeah, for
you need
testosterone.
vitamin D and cholesterol to make testosterone, right?
Absolutely. So when you don't get enough vitamin D, and depending on where you live, especially, you know, New York or these northern states where the vitamin D, the sun's not as much, your vitamin D is low. So now your body doesn't have the main product, the tool it needs to make testosterone, to make thyroid hormone. So now you feel like absolute crap. So it's a combination of a bunch of things.
Okay, so I get a point in this, the storm you was talking about. So when too much plastic, right?
Yeah.
BPA, right?
Huge.
So the BPA, it mimic estrogens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us about like how the BPA in plastic make your testosterone go low because of the because
microplastics.
Tell me more about it.
So part of the whole, every food, you know, we're microwaving food in plastics.
Right.
They're all leaching into the food. Now it's microscopic, you don't see it, but so are our cells. So when it goes into us, the body doesn't realize what is this foreign object, and it tries to put it in different places. And now that starts mimicking our testosterone, starts mimicking other hormones, and it's not letting the signals, like I was saying, go from point A to point B. And it's like having a big storm inside the body. Things are getting lost. So the microplastics are one of the big factors.
So two questions on this. So one is the estrogen production, the conversion from testosterone to estrogen is a negative feedback to our brain that stop sending signal to the pituitary gland, stop sending signal, right?
Yeah.
So if we have plastic and stuff and they're, you know, latching to the receptors of estrogens,
yeah.
So it's a fake signal to stop producing testosterone.
Yeah.
Another question is, like when I get to know about all this testosterone, like if I'm taking too much of a plastic and stuff, I'm using mostly plastic. We all use mostly plastic, right? So I got scared. Like when I get to know all this, I'm like, I'm done. Like this is
especially
done
with the
now.
Kids, right?
Bro, yes, exactly. So my question is, so is that thing temporary, or it stays permanent, or is it fixable?
So we don't know. That's, you know, the end of the, and we don't know. But what we're seeing is in the last 15, 20 years, as you were saying, as people get sicker and things are just kind of happening to younger kids, these things stay in our bodies forever. So they've done tests where they test your blood or even testicle or your semen and has microplastics in them. Right? To a point, we think it just stays inside of you. So that's why there's these new therapies coming about, and we don't know how well they work, such as therapeutic plasma exchange, where they kind of filter you out like a dialysis.
Okay.
They take your blood, they filter it out through this big machine, and they test that for microplastics. And
Is that machine made up of plastic or what?
No, it's actually a good question. No, it's a silicone tubing. Okay. So that's where a lot of healthcare is going into silicone tubing. And, you know, maybe that's good. We don't know. But it's better than plastics.
Yeah, bro, because, you know, we are from the same background as a religion, right? Sikhism. So in Sikhism, mostly they don't use plastic. They use iron stuff. The iron balls. Everything is iron.
Yeah.
Like the iron, we take a pure iron, like this is pure iron.
Yeah.
We kind of like worship pure iron, right?
Yeah.
So, and I have seen that people that I go to meet, the things I meet, they don't even drink water from a plastic bottle. They either drink it from the well or from a river.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So even when they brush, they don't brush plastic. They break a branch and they lit a bark and they do datan.
Yes, of course.
I think they're selling it on Amazon as well. People are selling it on Amazon. One stick is like $3-4. In India, we get it for free. We just break it down. We brush it.
Yeah.
Right? I have seen like, so back to the thing. So you think what our ancestors were doing, so they unknowingly were doing it in a good way, or there was no plastic back then, or they knew this is going to happen?
I don't think they knew, right? There's no foretelling what's going to happen in the future. And the world has changed so fast. That was their natural way. And that's not only our ancestors, that's most of the world, right? Mm-hmm. But Western civilization is where most of these advances happen to make things more convenient, easy, right? And so that's where Eastern medicine usually takes over, and that's why, our old timers, I have uncles who are like 60, 70, 80 years old. I look at their testosterone level and I look at their son's testosterone level. His is higher. The uncle's is higher. I'm not even joking.
I believe you, bro, 100%.
And those guys, they're very driven still. They feel great. They feel amazing. And then their son is like, just,
Another thing is, bro, they have friends, our uncles and stuff. They have friends. They talk it out.
Yes. Socialization.
This generation, there's no socialization.
It's all computers
over the phone.
and...
They're fake friends. Chat GPT is their friend. That's who they talk to.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was thinking about, back to the thing, like, you was like convenience, right? It's not just getting the convenience. It's, when Colgate came to India.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but back in days, like a couple of, almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
People used to brush with charcoal.
Okay.
Colgate came in. They are like, what are you doing? You're doing the bad stuff. Yeah. This is not for this. Toothpaste is to brush.
Westernization.
And now Colgate has charcoal infused stuff.
Yeah, they do. I've seen those. Yeah.
Right? So same thing with bread.
Yeah.
Same thing with wheat. Same thing with all these things. It's not just, now let's say plastic. Now they're selling water in metal.
In glass bottles now, in paper cup bottles.
Exactly.
So
I think they did all this on purpose. I don't know, maybe because when I have everything and you don't have, where will you buy it from? From me. Like seedless everything, seedless watermelon, seedless grape. So if I have to grow my own watermelon, how can I get the seed from?
You can't.
So I cannot. So I have to get it from them.
And that's where, we can get into the conspiracy and
GMOs and stuff.
And everything is grown and steroids. You can go get a chicken leg that looks really huge when an organic one is like this small, right?
Yeah.
And it's so that's like the capitalism part, the westernization part. We can get deeper into that. That's a story for another day. But it's all chemicals they're selling us.
I remember back in 2020 when I was prepping for a show. So I was in India. So I was just eating homegrown chicken, like our own chickens, right?
Yeah.
So the chicken breast, both pieces together, was no more than 250 grams.
Okay.
Here in US, or even in India, the farm-raised chickens, one side of the chest only is 500 grams.
One side of the chest.
Yes. So total is like half a kg.
Yeah.
So the one I was doing was just maximum, both pieces were maximum like 250 grams. So that's more organic.
Yeah.
Organic, what happened during Green Revolution? I don't know if you know about this in India.
Yeah.
The government, they were like to Punjab, produce more food. So they were spraying pesticides, this and that, and they were actually getting more rice and wheat.
Yeah, because the bugs aren't killing it anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, but
so
the chemicals.
Bugs are smarter, bro. Bugs are like, we don't want to eat this, but we want to eat that. So they're actually smarter than us.
Yeah.
Right? So that was one of the big turn in Punjab's food where people actually started eating GMO.
Yeah.
And now that everything that we eat in Punjab mostly is GMO, the wheat and everything.
Yeah, that's why the young kids are getting sicker. Yeah. They're not like their parents and their grandparents. So whatever has happened in the US or in the Western civilization is starting to happen everywhere else because of this kind of a convenience thing, right? Now you grow more plant, you're able to sell more, you're able to profit more. So, and kind of rolling it back into like the hormones, now it's not only us anymore. Now it's every country in the world. Where is all this food being exported to? India's food gets exported to many other countries. American food gets exported to many other countries. And there are certain countries that ban
Europe.
Yeah, like Europe. They do their own stuff. And most of these chemicals and all these, because they've studied it and they've seen the effect it has on health. But just our economy, our capitalism, the companies, it's kind of run by these big kind of giants. So that's having an effect on our kids. It probably already has an effect on us. So that's why we have to be mindful of what we feed our kids. And now, ours is
just
like...
be more aware.
Be more aware, right? You don't go for the cheapest thing in the grocery store.
It's like we vote for the government, which one is the least worst, the less worst we vote for. We don't go for the...
Pick your evil, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mandeep helped me with my TRT dose because when I come off from cycle, things go up and down. I want to feel good because I work. I want to make sure, I'm focused. no brain fog. I need to do my daily activities. I want to, be on top of everything. So my question is, when I come to you, you always do my blood work first, see the markers and stuff. What are the actual markers you look at to put someone on a TRT dose, on TRT, or how like this guy knows need TRT and this doesn't?
Okay. Yeah, no, great question. So everybody presents to us because something is happening to them, right? Nobody just comes and be like, oh, I want to get my blood work done. It's either they're feeling some type of symptoms, right? Where they've tried everything before, right? They tried eating clean, they tried working out, they tried to get more sleep, and they're like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
And, like in your case, that's slightly different when you're coming off of a show, when you're doing things. There's a whole post-cycle therapy protocol, etc. But for most people, the blood work is number one. Right, that's like looking. I like to call it popping the hood open and actually looking at what's happening to the engine and the transmission and this and that. So when we do blood work, we don't only look for testosterone, because low testosterone symptoms are the same as your low thyroid symptoms or your low iron levels or vitamin B12 levels. So you want to take a whole approach, not just your hormones. And when we look at all the other things, we can make the other small gears in the body work, right? Your B12 might be low, we help fix that, because I can give you all the testosterone in the world. If you have all these deficiencies, you're not going to feel great. So the main thing we kind of look at is total testosterone, of course, but the real marker is a free testosterone. And with the free testosterone is what your body's actually able to use. And if you go to your regular doctor or your urologist, they really don't check those things, right? Your total testosterone is going to be in the green. Like, range is really wide, 250 to 1,000.
But they mostly bind with
SHBG, and that's that's why the free testosterone is very important to look at. So the symptoms are one thing, and then the numbers. And majority of guys are in the green. So they are 300 level, 400 level total testosterone. Yeah, or their free testosterone is also in the green, but on the low range. The problem with the range is it's so wide, and it's the same for a 16-year-old and a 99-year-old. So when you're, a 16-year-old, yours should be 700, 800, 900 level testosterone on the upper side, right? And when you're a 99-year-old, it should be 250, 300. Its range is usually 300, 400. So they're a 35-year-old guy with a 67-year-old's testosterone level. Okay? So that's what we mainly look at. Their free testosterone, your SHBG, the other kind of hormones that go along with it, and your symptoms, right? If you don't have any symptoms, you feel great, and your level is 450, that might be perfect for your body. So the symptoms is what really tell us. So that's how we kind of decide on what treatment to do.
So if someone's total testosterone are like, let's say 300, 400 range, right?
Yeah.
And their free testosterone are like 2 to 3% of the total. That's what is needed, right?
It should be at least 2%.
2%, 2 to 4%.
Yeah.
So do you consider that as a good amount, or how do you treat that?
No, so it's symptoms, back to the symptoms, right? So the 2% kind of is, I don't want to get too medical and scientific. If your total testosterone is low, it doesn't matter what your free testosterone is. Okay? And you have the symptoms. Doesn't matter. What happens is we get a lot of guys whose total testosterone is like 700, 800, 900. So on paper, that looks good, right? On paper. But their free testosterone is very low because of that high SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin.
Yeah. So that's controlling that testosterone.
It traps it. Yes. There's no way of letting it go. The only way to really open that up is like anabolic steroids. Yes. There's certain anabolics that pop that open, but they're very dangerous for a regular person. And there's things about boron can help and things like that. There's kind of mixed reviews on that. So there's no true way to really break that bond.
So my next question was, what if someone want to, make the total testosterone like totally free? Like even that's not a good idea, right?
No.
So how does that? So everything has to be in certain numbers.
Yes.
So whatever is happening for a reason.
Yeah.
So mostly what people think is, if I do this, this will happen. No.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean like the SHBG. Yeah. That's a bad thing. No, it's needed, right?
Yes.
Because if everything get free, it will crash quick.
Yes. Then So it's kind of like the carrier of testosterone. So low SHBG levels aren't good either. So there's certain protocols we put people on low SHBG levels. Number one question always is, why is your SHBG too low or too high?
Yeah.
So if there's no underlying other problem and it's just kind of biological, there's a certain way we dose our protocols depending on that. So moderation is key. Right, being in the middle, in the 20, 25, 30, SHBG is usually good, but then your free testosterone should be good too, and your total should be good.
Mostly what I've seen it, I have clients from all over the world, but majority of my clients are Indian or living abroad or in India, right? So whenever they get there, because testosterone is like one of the biggest discussed topic over internet. Everyone is like testosterone, wellness, this and that.
Yeah.
So what I have seen is like if they see any low testosterone in their body, so what they do is they just go to the medical store in India, they buy a testosterone, inject it.
Yeah, and you could do that in India. You can just go and get it.
But what if you just need Clomid to fix it? You don't need to get that testosterone dose, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the signal is not coming through from the LH, the FSH, from the pituitary gland.
Yeah.
So can you explain, like, if someone has to fix it and know like how to get it fixed without even taking testosterone? Because if you keep on taking testosterone, it will affect your fertility as well, right?
And your natural production goes to,
it stops.
while
the signals,
while you're
there's
on
no
it.
signal.
Yeah. So very good point. And then, somewhere like here, we need a prescription, right? You can get it from the gym. You can guys get it from the gym.
Yeah.
But number one thing, it should be under medical oversight. So you need to go
100%.
to an actual specialist,
Not just go to the medical store and buy it and inject it.
or get it from the guy from the gym, from the bro science guy who says, hey, take this. And that happens. We see this often because there's no guidance. And the best thing is to do is get medical professional, do your blood work, and that tells you if you're even a candidate for something like Clomid, okay? And the younger guys are the ones we really don't push testosterone. If they're low, we want to find the root cause problem. So the signals from the brain, the LH and FSH. So LH is the one that tells your testes, hey, make testosterone. And FSH is the one that tells you, hey, make sperm. And sometimes, for one reason or another, it could be the microplastics, could be the foods, the chemicals. Those signals are very low. Stress, not enough sleep, all that stress is a big one. So then we will talk about a protocol with the Clomid, and we don't even use Clomid anymore that much. We use something like Enclomiphene, which is a little safer substrate, and you usually add on something like HCG.
Yes.
Okay. And HCG is what mimics the LH, so it goes directly to the testes. It's a wonderful thing.
It's a signal. It's attached to the
It's a straight signal to the testes. Okay. And those things need to be prescribed, of course. And there's monitoring involved. Every 3 months, 4 months, you have to do blood work, make sure your levels are good. The only thing with Clomid or Enclomiphene or any SERM, the class is called SERMs, is the way they work is they block the receptors at the pituitary gland for estrogen, and that pushes the body to send more signal,
make them blind so they don't see it.
So one of the big black box warning with Enclomiphene and Clomid or any SERM is it can lead to blindness, okay, because it can swell your pituitary gland up, okay. So it's a big one. It's very important. So I'm not a huge fan of it. And more Enclomiphene, Clomid, any SERMs, because they do have all those negative effects. And the other thing a lot of people don't know is a SERM can lower your growth hormone levels. Okay,
you feel like shit.
Your IGF level. So what's the point, right? So there's two things that can happen with the SERM. Your total testosterone will go up, right? On paper, it looks good, but your SHBG might go up too. So now your number looks better, but you still feel like crap. And on top of that, the longer you do it, your IGF levels drop. So you were getting on this to help gain muscle, feel better.
Recovery,
so it's doing the totally opposite. Okay? So not a huge fan. It's probably much safer to just do testosterone correctly. And if you are worried about fertility, we usually add on something like HCG.
To help the testes to produce more testosterone, and that will actually send signal to FSH to produce more.
Yeah. So while you're on testosterone, the signal from the brain to the testes, the body says, "Oh, I don't need to send these signals."
So let's talk more about signals. So the signal from the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland and the LH and FSH, it's not continuous, right? It's in shift. It's pulsatile. Yes. Yeah. So what is the best time for body, like what is the peak time that body give that signal to produce more sleep, right?
Sleep and growth hormone.
and growth hormone during the sleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's our reset button. So sleep is one of those most important things that we take for granted.
Yes, so the sleep has to be like in proper hours as well. I mean, like at night, it has to be at night because at daytime you need melatonin, you need sun and this and that. So God made it like in a very beautiful way. We mess it up.
Absolutely amazing.
Right? So I want to tell people this, like how sleep, if you're not sleeping, how your testosterone will drop. Because I know that, guys, especially from other countries, they are here, they're working hard day and night, but they're sacrificing their sleep. But I tell my clients, I'm like, you are here to get a better life. But when your hormones get up and down, your whole health get up and down, it's not a better life, it's a worse life. You're actually doing harm to yourself. Rather go back and just
do nothing.
Chill.
And chill, relax, eat good food.
Yeah, because all these things will eventually
catch up to you.
Catch up, and insulin resistance comes in.
Disease.
Then cholesterol problem, then blood pressure problem, the cortisols. What does cortisol does? Can you explain it to the audience, please?
So all of this is slow poison, right? Getting not enough sleep. Then you're not getting enough sleep. You're tired. You're like, oh, let me go get an energy drink. Right? Now you're taking these energy drinks with more chemicals, and you're just grabbing quick food to try to get yourself going.
Ultra-processed foods.
And that's having more an effect in causing diabetes. Now your cortisol levels are spiking, and cortisol is known as the stress hormone, right? And what that does is when your cortisol levels are spiked, your body is in fight or flight mode all the time. All it's worried about is surviving, right? The last thing it's worried about is decreasing inflammation in the body, sending those signals down to your brain. The body is just like, hey, I just need to make it through the day to get more rest.
So in few words, in a simple word, it's like, you're in a jungle, there's a lion after you. Your body won't think about producing more testosterone or stuff.
No, it's not thinking about sex. It's thinking you get the narrow focus, safety, go.
So it's more stress. More chronic stress.
But that's only good for a short amount of time.
Just for morning, to wake up
to get away from that tiger.
Yes,
right?
And that is needed.
That's the only time.
That is needed.
It's needed.
That is much needed.
Yes.
So if it's like all the time you are stressed, you're waking up is stress, and then you're stressing. So that will actually, high blood sugar.
Everything.
Your muscles will break down.
Blood pressure goes up.
Blood pressure goes up. The thyroid problems comes in.
Everything.
Everything comes in with the stress.
It's all a web. It's not singular. It's not one. It's a web. One thing can affect here, and it can affect 4 different things over here. Okay? That's why sleep is the most important thing. Quality sleep. Not even, getting 8 hours, 10 hours, but not good quality. Quality sleep, because it's like the reset button. You know how your phone starts going crazy, and then you reset it? And then you open it back up, and it's like a brand new phone.
Always.
That is what sleep is for the body and the brain. But if you're not getting that, you're not resetting.
While we're talking on this topic, it just clicked in my mind, what our ancestors, like our parents even now, they used to, they what they do is they wake up, they do the prayers. They're like,
reset,
like
relax.
We were talking, right? Satbachan. Like whatever will happen is under your wish. So if it's bad or good or like profit or loss, I mean, I'm happy in that. I'm glad, like I'm still living this and that. I'm thankful to God. So doing the prayer in the morning help with the cortisol levels indirectly, I would say. Absolutely. You're not stressed.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's what meditation is. It's a type of meditation, like prayer is meditation.
Prayer is meditation.
And everybody has their own different ways. That's why, and it's going back to the world we live in, alarms ringing, I'm late for work, I gotta go, run, grab a coffee, grab an energy drink, grab a bagel.
100%.
And so it's having this compounding negative effect on you. But if you wake up, you sleep on time, you wake up, try it. Wake up one day, sleep on time, wake up an hour early, you're going to feel refreshed, go outside, walk on grass, drink water, put some electrolytes in that water. Just that, you will have the best day.
Bro, trust me, this is what I do every single day. So my day start at about, my first client is at like 5:15. So I wake up at like 3:30.
Okay.
आराम नाल मैं ना पहले अपनी चाय बनानी. Make my coffee.
Everybody's sleeping.
Bro, there's no phone calls.
No texts, no emails, nothing.
No, I don't check anything, bro. Good. I wake up, I do my lemon water with some salt, half a liter of water. with salt, with some lemon. I drink it. I tie my dumala. I get ready. Just sit on the same seat every single day, and I sip my black coffee.
Love it.
And that's it. I don't do black coffee right away. I hydrate myself. So then I do my black coffee, bro. That if I don't do that 1 hour, so on Sundays I have no work, so I don't do any work. So I wake up late on Sunday, but I don't like Sundays because when I'm up, everyone is up.
Schedule's off.
Schedule's off.
Your body's schedule's off.
As soon as I wake up, okay, you have to do this today, that phone is ringing, so many messages. And
the wife is like, we got to go here, or we got to go to their house.
I don't want to get into that, bro. Trust me. She's going to watch the podcast.
Sorry.
So the thing is, like this, as soon as I wake up, the cortisol's like getting spikes, non-stop. Right?
It's not a good feeling.
Not a good feel, bro.
Not a good feeling.
This is why I want to wake up. I can sacrifice my sleep a bit, but I want to wake up early and fix that thing. First thing. Another thing is food. The reason I don't like junk food is not the guilt thing. It's not the fat gain or the muscle loss or anything. It's just that I don't feel good when I eat that.
It's not real.
I don't feel good, bro. I feel like crap when I eat it. I'm just like, there's no motivation. I think the body get inflamed.
It does.
It has to. Tell me more about it. Like, how does it affect your internal hormonal, mental health? The food that we eat, the junk food. We know it's junk.
We eat it anyway because it's so damn good. I don't know what they put in this stuff, right? It's like addicting. It's like a drug, like a very subtle drug, right?
The smell is the drug. Wheat, the smell. When I smell wheat, I feel like eating all the bread loaves.
So they've done studies with some of this meat from certain fast food places. I won't say names. And you were saying earlier in the conversation, we put pesticides on the plants, and the food, the bugs are like, we're not going to eat this. They've taken chicken, quote unquote chicken, put it on the grass outside where there's a lot of bugs, a lot of plants, a lot of this. It's there for days.
Different, 100%.
There must be a freaking damn reason, right? Nature is not dumb. And we are putting this stuff in our body.
Yes.
And our body's like, holy shit. Holy crap, what is this happening? And it's trying to break it down, and it's trying to make sense of what this stuff is. And then it goes into the chemicals, it's fake food. And then that over time start causing all these little storms inside the body, inflammation in the body. And inflammation is the root cause problem of almost every disease.
All the diseases,
and
right?
every issue you have.
Could be thyroid, could be hormonal health.
Everything. Could be heart health. And there are specific blood markers you want to look at that can even tell you how much inflammation is in your veins and your arteries. So there's ones for broad inflammation, and there's one specific for your heart health. Okay. Especially in the world we live today, where you have 40, 45-year-olds dying of heart attacks because of their lifestyle and the food. That's a big number to look at, okay? So that's how these foods are kind of just destroying us from the inside out.
Another thing I want to tap into it is hair loss and hormones. Mostly, everyone has this problem.
Yeah. So this is, I think, getting worse and worse. It feels like. So the main thing used to be the one you can't fight against is the genetic predisposed hair loss, right? Mm-hmm. Your family has it, your brothers have it, your uncles have it. Okay. So that is just one of the things with DHT, one of the hormones. It attaches to certain follicles. It's going to happen.
And DHT is important.
DHT is very important. Yeah. So this is like a story for another day.
Yes.
With finasteride, with these DHT blockers, which are being passed out like candy.
I know,
everywhere.
Bro.
Online clinics, your doctor, finasteride, dutasteride.
They don't know the side effects.
Oh, they know after they start taking, they know the effects, and sometimes it's not reversible. Okay,
yes, 100%.
There's a thing called post-finasteride syndrome.
Okay,
and it is low libido, low energy, low just quality of every life, and it's not reversible because you took finasteride. Could be for a month, 6 months, a year.
So the testosterone, some of it converts into DHT.
Yes,
and some into estrogens.
Yes.
So we need some to convert into DHT.
Absolutely.
For the
body to function, to
for
grow
body
muscle,
to function,
for recover.
The skin, even the estrogen. Hair, and everything.
Yeah.
And if we block that from converting,
you're not gonna feel good.
But another question: if high DHT, right?
Yes.
Hair loss, especially around the mid part, the crown. But why people get more the body hair on body, like the beard goes full, but the head goes empty?
That's a really good question, and not hair.
Yes.
I don't even think scientists have found out why, but one of the main things with testosterone's job is for kind of growth, right? And a lot of the benefits we get from testosterone is that change into DHT, right? And that helps with the hair growth, the muscle growth, all these different growths. All these receptors everywhere, all these follicles, they're not predisposed to the DHT attaching onto them, except these little areas that are up here.
Yes.
Right? So that's why you get growth everywhere else, but you might start thinning up there. It feels like it's going from here to on your chest and your back now.
So this is a reason. So when bodybuilders, they keep on injecting testosterone. So rather than from hypothalamus to the process, we are just taking testosterone straight away, right?
Replacement.
Yes, replacement. And that's also in a big dose, like 1 gram a week.
I want to ask you about your protocols.
So after this, you'll do my podcast. So we'll switch roles.
We'll switch roles.
So we are taking like a gram of just testosterone, leave the other chemicals, other salts on side.
The safest one,
just testosterone. The safest one, everyone's favorite. 1 gram a week, right? Some people do even more than that. The max I did is 1.25 or like 1250 a week. So
Jesus.
Body is gonna convert, the ratio is gonna be the same, that's gonna convert into estrogens and DHT. So that more DHT is gonna get more,
absolutely
bigger hair loss.
Yes, and bigger estrogenic effects.
And more hair on the body. Okay, that's why we take anastrozole and stuff.
Let me get into this big misinformation. I'm glad you brought this up, and you can cut me off whenever because I can go on about this. So one of the most common questions we get is, am I going to get man boobs? Right? Guys just getting on TRT, regular doses.
On TRT?
On TRT.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys getting 1,000 milligrams. And this is how I explain to them.
Baby dose, bro, baby dose.
Yeah, baby dose. TRT is a lifestyle dose, quality of life dose.
100%.
Right? The goal with TRT is to bring your levels to what they should be in your 20s. 800, 900,000, whatever it is. So this is one of the main questions I get. And they're like, am I going to get man boobs? No, you are not. Okay? So what happens, and what bro science has kind of, and Reddit and all these online gurus and everybody wants to be expert online, and all of these online cookie cutter clinics, we like to call them, they just throw the same protocol in everybody.
Same thing with the diet plans. I see coaches... They
don't know.
They don't know, bro. I get mad. I get so many plans.
They don't care.
Bro, okay, go ahead. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to ask this you after this. Okay, go ahead.
The bro science dose is 1 cc a week with the estrogen and anastrozole 1 to 2 times a week, right? The goal is to find that perfect load. 1 cc might be too for you. 200 milligrams per week might be too much for you. And if that's too high, of course, there's a certain percentage of that's getting converted into estrogen. And if the testosterone is too high for you, and then the estrogen level is too high for your specific body, you are going to have those estrogenic effects.
Yeah.
And not everybody needs an estrogen. I have thousands of guys. Hardly anyone's on estrogen blocker.
Okay. And everyone is different, right?
Yes.
Your biology is different. Like I told you, 1.5 gram of test a
That's
week,
a lot of tests.
And they never get aromatized.
There you go. Because your genetically aromatization rate is low.
That's me.
And fat, having excessive fat, all that has a factor in there. But some guys genetically do, right?
Some
They're
people
more
just
predisposed.
smell, they get aromatized easily.
Yeah. So when you get on TRT doses, body's amazing at converting the correct amount of estrogen that you need
to send the signals.
And a lot of the benefits you want out of TRT, and that's why they call it HRT now, hormone replacement therapy, not TRT, is because
it's a wider term.
Because it's converting into DHT.
Yes.
That's a lot of the benefits you're getting. It's converting into estrogen.
Yeah,
so if you want a libido, if you want better bone strength, muscle recovery, better mood, you better not block that estrogen. You can take all the testosterone in the world and take an estrogen blocker, you're not going to get the benefits. Okay?
How important is estrogen for men health?
Just as important as people think it is for females.
Should it be too high?
Of course not. We want it we want it elevated. The testosterone goes to 800, 900,000. I want your estrogen level to be 30, 40, 50, whatever your body kind of naturally kind of produces. So at TRT doses, if you're doing it correctly from someone who knows what the hell they're doing, you will not get man boobs. Okay?
Yeah.
And if you're, so where this whole scheme kind of came out from, everybody needs an estrogen blocker, is from the 80s and the 90s and the bodybuilding age, where they were taking these very high doses, right? 1,000 milligrams, let's just say a week. Mm-hmm. And now their testosterone level is, you know, let's say 3,000, right? 4,000. And now your body's converting X percentage, 5% of that, 10% of that into estrogen. But now your estrogen level is 300.
Yeah.
That's not good. Right? So for a bodybuilder who's kind of cycling, he's like, I don't want all these estrogenic effects. Let me take an estrogen blocker. Yeah. So now I have more testosterone to work with, to be anabolic, and I won't have the swelling, and I won't have the man boobs and all those things. So now every cookie cutter clinic just copies and pastes that and think everybody needs an estrogen blocker. They do not.
Even on TRT.
Even on TRT. And that's what the cookie cutter clinics do. These clinics, they just throw the same thing, an estrogen blocker, and it's horrifying. It's one of the worst things you can do to your body.
Another question. So when someone is taking high dose of test, right, the test goes up to 3,000, 4,000, and when they stop taking testosterone, depending on what ester they're taking, if it's propionate or is it the cypionate. So when the testosterone actually drops, so the estrogen stays up or it drops?
It takes time for it to drop. It all takes time. The testosterone doesn't automatically drop, but it's almost probably everybody's different.
Did they come down at the same ratio or?
Yeah, and I think everybody's different on that, depending on how much fat you have, how much you've aromatized. Yeah. So I won't say I know exactly the ratio it kind of comes down to, but you're gonna have negative effects. No wonder if you're not PCTing or doing the proper protocol to jumpstart your natural production back up.
So you need to do PCT after. Forget about PCT. If someone is on a TRT, how often one should get his blood work test done? Like after like every 2 months?
Yeah. So we do quarterly. 3 to 4 months in the beginning, and then if they're stable, maybe 5 months. Nothing less than 6 months. Okay, but quarterly is kind of ideal because you might need to be on the same dose for a long time, or we might need to adjust it. And we might have to look at your hemoglobin, your hematocrit, the red blood cells and all that to make sure everything is kind of in check. Yeah. And that's the whole medical part of this that you're not getting from your coach at the gym who is just plugging you.
Back to the thing, I had a question. I have seen diets from each and mostly coaches, because people come to me, they show me the diet, bro, they don't eat. I have a guy, he was pre-diabetic, and the coach from Canada, someone certified, he gave him about 400, 500 grams of fruits in the morning, and then 2 servings of vegetable in the evening, and that's it.
That's it.
And he was getting weaker and weaker, and his body was actually
atrophying.
My point is on this, so this is what I think, correct me if I'm wrong. So when you are on that's a calorie deficit diet, because he's working as well. He's spending too much calorie while working. So he's on calorie deficit for too long.
Yeah.
Now his hormones are messed up.
Now your cortisol levels are driven up.
Go up. And when cortisol levels go up, they need aminos.
Yeah.
To convert it into glucose, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
They break down your protein and take aminos.
You have to. Yeah.
So people are actually getting weak by this diet. People are like, I need to eat less, and they stay in deficit for too long. I give my clients like 6-7 meals, 5 meals a day. I'm like, eat.
Keep the metabolic rate high.
Exactly. Let's just work with the metabolism rather than just eating too less and losing weight. My grandma can do that. Even she knows.
The science of the metabolism has been so miscued over the years, and these big companies make so much money off of them, right? You never get a clear answer. Hey, should I do this diet? Should I do calorie deficit? How much protein
always
to
a
eat?
new diet every
it's always
year.
Something new, right? And none of them work. They've worked for a little bit, and none of them work. And that's because we think eating being in a caloric deficit will kind of help, and that's like the easiest one, right?
That's the most harmful thing. I never keep my client in a deficit diet more than 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's to like reset their glucose and their insulin resistance, and it's a whole science.
I make sure the metabolism goes up. I feed them a lot of food, but clean food.
Yeah.
two reasons. First, their metabolism will go up. Second thing, they won't eat from outside because I give them so much
Clean
food to eat.
Yeah.
So they'll eating. So when their metabolism slowly, I see like how the weight is going up and down. So let's say if someone is 80 kg and he want to drop it to 70 kg and his weight is still the same. So I know, okay, so now I have to bump up his cardio to make
it burn.
Make it burn, right?
Yeah.
Or if it dropped, even with this much food, and it dropped like 500 gram to 1 kg or 1 pound or something, right? So I know, okay, so his metabolism started working. So from there, I take my clients' calories
and bump them.
Yes. And no, I go down, but it depends like how active he is during the day. If he's sitting down too much, then I make sure I play with the carbs a bit.
Okay.
And if he's moving around, I make sure I play with his fats because I want to take him more carbs. So because he's moving, he's burning more.
Get that energy too.
So that's the problem.
It's a science, my friend. Right, and that's why you are great. And this is why you're great at what you do. And this is not something ChatGPT can tell you, because ChatGPT is reading from who knows where, right? And that's what people think. Oh, these kind of new AIs are like the answer to everything, or these kind of coaches online. No. Someone like you who's done this for many years, you've played around with your body, huh?
Yes, we love asking questions.
Yeah. So, and that's the whole point. You have to be curious.
Yes.
Right. So so someone can come to you and be like, okay, like, and you have great success with your clients, right? And ones that follow what you tell them to do, and that's the other hard part. Not everybody is bound to eat 5 meals a day. Bro. They're like, what? This is crazy. The guy on the internet said, hey, only 1 meal a day, right? So it sounds like a little nutty, but it's counterintuitive, and you have to get the metabolic rate higher. And,
yes,
and
that's the main game.
And there's a test you can do to see just your basal metabolic rate with your age and all that, and your activity status. So I tell everybody to go and do a TDEE test, okay, and that will tell you your metabolic expenditure, and then you can start playing around with your macros with that if you really want to do this on your own. But yeah, so very, very important to keep on eating and not starving yourself. Otherwise, you're going to lose muscle mass.
Yes.
You're going to lose bone. And that's what's happening with the GLPs, right? I know you don't put anybody on GLP because they don't need it.
Never.
The whole point of GLP is kind of like, I like to see it as like a little push on the tush, right?
I like
give
peptides,
you a little guidance. Though. Peptides are amazing. Oh, we're going to get into peptides.
Yes, that's the signals. That's not like the actual...
And GLPs are peptides.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know.
Yes.
They're the signgle that has been drowned. Yeah. Because of all the garbage we've been eating.
I've been using few peptides for my own, and my wife is using some, and my mom has arthritis.
Yes.
And I put her onto some peptides. She went to India. Now she's back. I'm gonna put her back.
There's a nice great recovery blend.
BPC.
Yeah, pentadecaarginate, BPC, and these things help decrease inflammation in them.
And I think like because of if someone knows how to smartly use peptides and how much and how often to use it with the proper guidance, I think this can actually even fix our hormonal health indirectly by lowering your body fat in men, by lowering the body fat and helping them get more muscle mass. So the metabolism and everything falls in place. The signals goes right.
Things get into place. Fat never brings anything good with it. Okay, it's one of the other root cause problems of most of our issues, right? And it's this fat out here, and then there's that visceral fat, right? The visceral fat. This is subcutaneous fat, and the visceral fat is the one deep inside
on the organs,
around the organs, and that is the one that's very hard to burn.
And I have heard, I don't want to name any peptide because they might block the video, but there are a few peptides that
target specific visceral fat, right?
Yes.
There's a class of peptides called GH secretagogues.
Okay.
And this one particular one has been around, it's FDA approved and everything like that. The dosing on that, when they used to use it for AIDS patients and HIV patients who used to have these issues, was much higher. But now we're doing it for wellness. And so it's a specific protocol that we put certain people on for whatever issue they're having or whatever goal they're trying to achieve.
I've seen like a few peptides that actually help the people reverse their fatty liver.
Yeah. Yes.
Cholesterol. Diabetes.
See it all the time.
You know,
I see it all the time.
there's so many things that, you know, peptides can do magic if someone knows how to use it. Another thing is there's so much, the peptide is a so big market right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
And, you know, there's so much fake stuff in the market. So how can one actually choose like where to buy stuff from?
So first of all, don't go on, you know, the corner store to buy it. I heard in New York they have them in the corner stores now.
Yeah,
so they'll send you a Coke and some peptides. So the peptide world has just blown up, right? In the last few months, it really feels
the first time
like.
when I used peptide, that I have that email on me. That's 2012 or 2013.
Oh wow, yeah, they've been around forever.
13 years ago,
They've been around for a long time.
People don't know, bro. I've been using this stuff from last like 13, 14 years, so I know what
people
to do. Like how much, like
people think this is brand new.
No.
Yeah, we've been doing peptides for years, and the only people that knew about it was who were kind of in this world and they need recovery, they need certain things.
My coach, George Farah, he had his own brand of peptides. He was the first one in the US who actually introduced peptide to this wellness industry. He's always, my coach, I tell him he's 10 years ahead. So
what's he doing now? No, what's he doing now?
Bro, they closed him down. They forced him to close down in 2013. They forced him to close down. He invested so much, they forced him to close down.
I believe it.
Bro, my coach is PhD in like different stuff. So aminos, his PhD in aminos, in naturopathy, like how to heal with nature and stuff. So he was the first one in the US to introduce peptides, but people don't know like what the peptides actually can do, help them, you know, fight with obesity, with the fatty liver, with all these chronic diseases as well.
Inflammation,
exactly,
mental health issues.
so much.
Yeah.
But again, do you recommend peptide to your clients?
Absolutely. So, and it's not just like, here, take this peptide, take that peptide. Everything is, and your question earlier was like, how do you know where to get it from? Get them from a medical facility. It's going to probably cost you a little bit more because you're getting actual quality stuff, right? It's like getting sushi from a nice restaurant, right? From Tao or one of these amazing restaurants, or the sushi from the gas station.
Yes.
Yeah, you're risking it. Sushi is sushi, but you're risking your body. And these kids are literally injecting stuff into their body, which I have horror stories. Guys have injected themselves with disease, they have infections and that, because you don't know who's creating it on the other side. And all this thing about third-party testing, this and that, is all. It's such a big money-making scheme, right? And everybody online. Already. So going back to your question, we recommend based on goals.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course your health history, right? If you have a certain history of certain conditions, certain peptides aren't good for you.
100%.
So you need that medical guidance to make sure this is the correct thing for you and your specific goals, how to dose it, how often to take it, and of course the quality. So all that depends on the different types of peptides, and we have certain protocols for many different things that is tried and tested. We've been doing them for years. So that's how you really want to approach peptides. They're amazing. I like to call them little instruction sheets for the body. Hey, read this. And the body does what it already has.
It's a message.
We already have these things in our body.
So I have a question on that. So, the hypothalamus send signal to the nerve system to signal to pituitary gland, right?
Yeah.
It's made up of 10 amino acids.
Yeah.
So that's a signal. That's a peptide.
It's a chain. Yeah. It's a signal.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's instructions.
is there any peptide for that to send signal and to produce that stuff, or not yet?
To produce what? Testosterone?
To send the signal to the pituitary gland to send signals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the growth hormone secretagogues that I was talking about.
Human growth hormone.
Yeah. No. Actual human growth hormone is replacement, like testosterone. So it's shutting your natural down, and it's very dangerous.
It's just
very
like a helping hand.
So this is just telling your pituitary, hey buddy, you're already producing this, produce a little bit more.
Which one is that? I need to know. People want to know.
You know, there's one called sermorelin. Okay, very common. There's another one called tesmorelin, and these are like FDA regulated, and they've been out. Yeah.
Okay, so we can buy it. I mean, not buy it, but prescribe it.
You can get, and everything should be a prescription.
Put me on some.
Yeah. So sermorelin is one of the most common ones. It's kind of like, I like to call it the baby of the family. Helps with increased, lean muscle mass and recovery, sleep. That has many amazing benefits to it. And even tesmorelin is the one that's FDA approved for, patients who had AIDS and HIV back in the day. They were having these adipose tissue issues.
So is that for more energy or what? The
growth hormone? Say it again?
The one you was...
The sermorelin? and more energy, better recovery in the gym. It has many benefits, right? So there are peptides that just tell your brain to produce a little bit of its own. And that's what all the peptides are. They're telling the body to do a little bit of its own different things. But the most, simplest thing for increasing your own growth hormone levels, naturally, you're just telling the body, is one of those. Right, and then there's other ones for anti-aging that work at the cellular level for the mitochondria to help you detox, and so there's a peptide for many different things, but it's all kind of guided by your specific needs. Right, there's one to help inflammation. There's a whole recovery blend. It's called Wolverine blend. Sometimes they call it. So it's all as needed.
So I wanna get back to this. You said mitochondria, so that remind me of cholesterol. Like how the starch protein push cholesterol to the mitochondria of the cell and help produce more and more, the testosterone. Then vitamin D comes in. I mean, how to peak that naturally? How important? So for that, we need, what kind of food do we need to eat?
Cholesterol?
Yes.
Good fats.
Good fats.
Right, that's
simple.
And a simple lipid panel will tell you a lot.
Get into the sun.
And then sun, vitamin D.
Because
there's a hierarchy, right?
So explain this, like just the process, like how body converts, get all together, these things get together and make more testosterone.
So,
just in
the grandfather is cholesterol.
Okay.
And, then we can get into the statins and why those are having a bad effect, the cholesterol medication, and they have all these negative effects that we're finding out more and more about because they block that cholesterol. They're blocking the grandfather from producing. So if you don't have enough of that, everything else takes a hit, right? The core, the main ingredient.
The owner is not there.
Yeah, everything else kind of falls through. So cholesterol turns into certain hormones, into DHEA, and that turns into testosterone. That turns into estrogen and DHT. So there's a whole hierarchy of these conversions happening. So if there's a little storm in your body we were talking about, anywhere. That storm could be anywhere.
Yeah,
and then
yes,
it could be anywhere. It could be a start, it could be the middle, it could be the beginning. And that's what it's affecting your hormones. Okay? So that's why cholesterol, good fats are very important. And the world has made fats sound like evil because they made fats and this fat all the same.
Yes.
Fats are important. Carbs are the enemy, right? And moderation is key in the carbs, depending too many carbs, and that's our diet.
100%.
And carbs are sugar, essentially. And they're a little drug. And we're not addicted to anything fatty. We're usually addicted to the rice and the potatoes and the roti and bread. And those things are causing the glucose levels to go up. Now you have more inflammation. Now you have more storm in the body. So the fats are amazing, and, not fats from seed oils like canola oil or corn oil. No. Ghee, is great. Grass-fed butter is amazing. Even coconut oil.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil, not heated up. And that's one big thing. Raw form. And people I cook in olive oil. That's why your cholesterol and inflammation levels are up. And that's a big fallacy and I think knowledge deficit in people. So good fats are very important for just heart health and hormonal health.
I had a very good question, lost it.
That's fine. All right.
So young kids, I want to make sure I get this covered. So young kids, gyno problem. Is it temporary? And how do we know it's temporary? And when we know, now we have to go to a doctor to get it fixed?
So the gyno problem usually starts around in puberty. Okay? And it literally goes back into this whole thing about too many hormones are out of flux. There's a storm in the body. Now the testosterone is converting too much into estrogen because you have all this excessive fat, and aromatization occurs in the fat cells. So the more
enzyme in the fat.
Yeah. So the more fat cells you have, essentially the more estrogen you might have.
Yes.
Okay. So gynecomastia.
And that will automatically lower your testosterone level. Testosterone production.
Yeah, absolutely. So now the gynecomastia, what it is fat tissue under the breast area.
Yep.
Okay. And it's not reversible. It's hard to tell you guys.
It's not just reversible. When it starts, it's soft tissue.
Soft, and then it hardens because it gets more dense.
We got to make sure before it gets hardens, right? Or it's still not reversible.
When it hardens, that just means there's a lot more. You already have it. When the fat tissue is there, It's already kind of there. Okay. But if you know, change your lifestyle and your diets and all that, you're going to prevent it from getting more and more and more. You're going to prevent it from getting denser. Right. So when it gets hard, that means it's a lot of it all kind of together. So when it's softer, yeah, you're not going to notice as much if you change your lifestyle. But as it gets worse and worse, there's no reversing. You don't tell anybody to tell you to take a estrogen blocker to reverse it, to take this and that, this natural things. The only thing that will get rid of gynecomastia when it's established is surgery. That's it.
Yes.
Okay? There's nothing we can do.
I mean, in bodybuilding, this is what we do. So when we, just to, you know, not stop, but to lower the estrogens, we take anastrozole and stuff.
Estrogen blockers.
Estrogen blockers.
Arimidex.
Yes. And when we see it's getting too much, it's getting out of hand, we take tamoxifen, Norvadex, to make sure it doesn't, you know.
You're playing around, my friend. You're playing around with God's plan.
But this is why I love bodybuilding. Look, it's biology.
It's game.
It's chemistry with the drugs.
Oof.
And it's physics
and you're
the workout.
You're your own experiment.
Bro, it's so much fun. You know, it's like a mad scientist.
Yeah.
So this is why I love this sport.
It's an art.
And bro, it's very dangerous. It's like a kid. It's like a 1-year-old kid with a knife in his hand.
Yeah.
It's like that. You can easily get cut. Bro, we did get cut. Like in past, like there's so much thing that happened, like erection, ED problems, low sperm count, mood swings. I mean, you name it, bro. I mean, I've been through that. Like every single year, not even once, like twice every year. But this is how I learned. So
how to bounce back.
Yes, you know, I actually thank God that all this happened to me, because now I know how to fix people. Imagine nothing happened to me. Everything was like, you know, Hindi movies, like everything was like, you know,
sunshine and dancing
everything was
in
beautiful,
the garden.
You know, fell in love with someone, everything was beautiful. Nah. My life been, bro, I was 17 when I was introduced, 16 or 17 when I was introduced to anabolic steroids and stuff.
Tell us a little bit more about how you got into bodybuilding and how you got introduced to it.
Like, we want to be strong, right? Our strength.
It's innate in us. It's natural. That's who we are.
It's a thing. Like, we are warriors, so it doesn't matter if it's Deca, Testa, this and that. We want to get strong no matter what. So at a very young age, I was lifting. I started lifting weight when I was 7. So after, like, I was with the biggest kid at the high school here, even in India. So, you know, at a very young age, at 16, I went back to India. I was like, I want to do bodybuilding, this and that. But the guy, I won't say like he was a bad guy or anything. Maybe I want to give him the benefit of doubt. Like he didn't know the side effects and stuff.
Yeah.
So he introduced me to, I still remember, Winstrol.
Oh.
Right away, bro.
Right away. Not even anything else. Straight to
very first day. Winstrol twice a week. Testosterone twice a week.
Okay.
And I think it was a Trenbolone twice a week.
Okay. And
the 16-year-old kid.
Sprinkle a little Anamar in there.
Then Clen.
Oh, they used to do that. That was back in the day.
Provironum.
Jeez, all of those.
Yes. 16,
the first time.
First cycle. 16-year-old. Imagine that. So imagine if I do, you know, this is why I educate myself more, because I want to help kids. Because, bro, my mind was strong. I knew what I wanted to be in life. I knew it. I mean, for be it at any expense, I wanted to do it. Beautiful. So that was me. Okay. That's not everybody. That's not everybody, bro. It's a different mindset. It's a warrior. It's a sportsman mindset. We don't think about family. We don't think about any birthdays and death or marriage or anything. Even if
you have that tunnel vision to reach your goal.
That's it, bro. That's it. I used to carry my meal. I still carry my meals with me. I have my food in my bag. I still carry it. This is my lifestyle. You know, this is a warrior lifestyle. Even if a warrior get retired, he'll live the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, but you know, 3 month, 4 month, let's say 5 month cycle, right? I never did 5 month cycle, but let's say 5 month cycle, 3 month cycle, test drop, libido, this and that, mood swings, you feel irritated, no strength at the gym. All that caused depression at a very young age. So I've been through that many times.
Yeah, over and over.
Many times, bro.
Yeah, you put yourself through.
Since I was 16. And I'm almost 37 now. It's been 20 years. It's a roller coaster ride, up and down, up and down. I've been So I knew it. I read about it at a very early age. I started studying every single details about bodybuilding, anabolics, diet, ups and down, PCT, this and that. But what if someone don't even know about all this stuff, and all of a sudden this is 16, 17, 18-year-old kid and no more erection,
Yeah.
no more libido.
Yeah.
You feel weak. Once you was like 2 months ago, you was lifting
It's so fast.
like, right?
It's so
225, like 20 reps on the bench, and now you can only do like 100
Nothing.
pound.
No, it's like the instant gratification, right?
So imagine that peer pressure, that stuff, and
then you're messing with your
people will
hormones.
say this and that. The society comes in,
Psychological effect. Yeah.
So because of that,
That's scary.
I'm gonna learn and educate people more about
So
this.
they don't
There's
make
no money, bro. I don't need money from all this. I do my stuff. I'm very happy. I'm very glad. I thank God every single day. Honestly, I'm just doing it because I want to help young kids. I want to help get knowledge like you and my brother, like Sumit was here.
Yeah.
So you, him, then we're gonna do one with your brother as well. We talk about the mental health.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the reason I'm doing all this,
No, it's
because
beautiful.
I've been through
I love
that.
it.
I don't want my younger brothers to,
Go through that same misery if it's not necessary.
I knew that I'm gonna make money out of it
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first
You
plan.
said you knew at 7, right? You wanted to
It
do
wasn't the
this.
first plan. I just wanted to do it, want to compete at the Olympia, this and that. But I knew I wanted to do it as a profession. But nowadays, kids just do it to show strength, big bicep, abs,
for
and look
Instagram.
good.
For Instagram.
That's it. So that's the
dangerous.
worst part.
Yeah.
People come to me, they're like, I want to do this. If they want to do cycle, my first question is, are you going to make this your profession? If they say yes, then I'll help them with all this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, don't come to me.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not
Go
here.
with some other coach. Do something
we're not
else.
here to juice them, right? You're not that coach.
No,
and you have the
never.
knowledge.
There's a guy, bro. I met him, my client. I met him last October. So he's like, bro, I want to do anabolics. He was after me, this and that. I'm like, okay, do what? Get all the anabolics. I sent him the protocol. I'm like, get all, but use it when you think you actually need it. Let me do my magic first. Let me do my diet first.
Okay.
Let me do my protocol first.
Okay.
Without anabolics, I'll show you the photo. Maybe we can post it here.
Yeah. Put it in there.
Shredded. Not even clenbuterol.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. And he was shredded. And he's like, bro, I don't want to use it. He still has all the stuff in his hand. Never used it.
Right.
So I want to make sure, kids stay away from all these things.
The body's amazing when you give it the correct tools, right? And everybody wants a shortcut. That's the problem. Everyone wants that quick fix. I want to do it for the summer. They're not doing it for lifestyle. You just have to want it, right? That sounds like you just knew at an early age, this is who you want to be, right?
Exactly.
So you can't mimic that. You can't wake up and see a picture of a bodybuilder, be like, oh, I want to look like him, and you're going to suffer. And
if you put someone on TRT, he still has to do a good diet and a good lifestyle.
if they're not sleeping well, there's no
cannot
point.
do magic.
It's not a magic shot,
Yeah,
right?
it's a helping tool.
It's about quality of life. It will help you. It'll give you motivation to go to the gym, and it will give you the motivation to sleep better and eat better. So it's a nice starting point, like TRT, but it's not going to resolve all your problems. Okay, that's amazing that you do this, especially for the young kids, so they don't have to do that. So the God forbid they can have infertility, right? You do all these anabolics, you're shutting down your natural production, and then you don't have the medical guidance to restart your natural production. And we get clients like this sometimes.
Bro, I'm so lucky that with the guidance, I have my coach, Dr. George Farah. He's a doctor. I have brothers like you. I have Sumit, who's a brain surgeon. I ask him for help. I have a cousin. She's in Australia. I call her for all my blood works and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
My coach, and I have her. I have you.
You have guidance.
Yeah, bro. I'm blessed with this. Is my real. My real wealth.
Yes, absolutely.
My connections.
And you know what these kids have? Reddit. That guy behind the computer, or ChatGPT.
Give me a good bulking cycle.
That's you know how many we
I want to get lean in 8 weeks.
Oh, it's awful, and it's scary. Who's on the other side? Who's telling you this?
Stop the sodium and water. You will lose 6 pounds in 2 days.
Oh yeah, I have with the apple cider vinegar in there, of
Bro.
course. Yeah.
So I have 2 questions for young kids. Question for you. If you had a 20-year-old son or a younger brother, what will you teach him to protect his hormones for life?
Drink out of glass bottles. No. Yeah, so eat clean.
First thing.
And sleep well.
Workout.
Just and workout, of course. Those probably 3.
Anything physical.
Anything physical. Anything active. Anything to tell the muscles and the body, hey, we're alive, right?
Yes.
And so you need to keep your mental healthy and your physical healthy, because there's nothing that helps dopamine and all these hormones get better than a good workout, right? They take the place of any antidepressant or any anxiety meds if that becomes your lifestyle. So those are just the cores, and of course, being balanced in your vitamins and your minerals and supplements. Simple. You don't need much else, and you don't need to do bodybuilding style working out, but stay active. That's what I would kind of recommend.
I don't know about here, but in India, I get to hear this question a lot. Does pornography and excessive masturbation actually lower testosterone?
I think we did a video on that, right? Yeah, we did a video on this.
Even my kids, they ask these kind of questions.
Yeah, I get young guys, and they're like, I had one guy one day.
I'll give you my answer after this. Okay, first, give me like scientific
So I had one guy one day. He was like probably like 23, 24-year-old young guy. And he came, he's like, I can't get erection anymore. I don't know what happened. And then, I'm talking to him and this and that. And we're like, we'll talk about your hormones, Joey. And he's like, and he came out, he's like, I've been masturbating every day for the last 12 years. And I just blew my mind. I'm like, he said every day.
Bro, consistency.
Put that consistency to something else, bro. You will become a rocket scientist. Jesus Christ. I want to see what hormones you were working with then. So, well, let me answer your question. It just reminded me of that guy about masturbation. Not that we know of. Right? If you're masturbating every day, most likely your testosterone levels are okay. You have that libido, you have that sex drive. But, if you're excessively masturbating or you're watching a lot of porn, it's more of a mental health issue.
Yes.
Okay? It's addiction. It's like any other addiction. It gives you that little dopamine rush. It gives you that little serotonin, and you feel happy looking at it. And then you're masturbating. It's more of a psychological issue. And that indirectly can, of course, affect everything else hormonally. Yeah. But not that we know of anything directly is affecting your hormones.
Like alcohol, it doesn't affect. No, alcohol does affect directly.
Oh, huge.
To the testosterone, not the sperm cell, but testosterone. But I think cigarettes.
Even marijuana,
cigarettes, they directly hit on the sperm cells, right?
Everything. Marijuana and smoking, cigarettes, vaping. Oh, vaping is the good
worst,
one.
Right? Mess up your FSH, right?
So hormones in general, the whole signaling, the storm.
Yeah.
So vaping is one thing I've noticed in the last, 3-4 years. The younger guys, the 20-some-year-olds that come in with low T, with these symptoms of low testosterone, one thing they all have in common, I believe, is vaping. They've all been vapors. And what is vaping, right? Vaping is you take this little pocket thing, and it's so convenient because now you don't have to smoke cigarette and go outside because it smells. You can do it sitting at your desk. You can do it at the bathroom. You can do it on your way to the car, and it doesn't smell. So it's so convenient, and it's literally you're burning oil.
Is it nicotine?
It can have nicotine, and then they just have ones, So nicotine in itself is not the bad thing. It's just the addictive portion.
Okay.
But the smoking, the inhaling of the actual thing is what's causing all this damage. Now you have decreased oxygenation. Now it's messing with your signals in your body. So you're literally taking little oil, chemical oil, and burning it from 0 to 200 some degrees immediately, and you're smoking it. Can't be good for you, right? And it's going directly into your bloodstream. Right. So that is one thing I've noticed. I haven't done any clinical studies on it, but I'm sure if they actually ran something, they will see some type of link with vaping and low hormone
100%,
levels.
100%, bro. I mean, so what was the actual point we were talking about before the
drinking and smoking?
Before the alcohol comes in.
Yeah.
Masturbation, addiction, right? So this is what I tell my clients. I'm like, you are enslaved of something.
Yeah.
Your mind is slave.
Yeah.
Your dopamine is going up. It's like doing cocaine or something. It's going up.
Quick rush.
And when it drop, the prolactin release, right?
Yeah.
Because the dopamine goes down and the prolactin goes up.
Opposite effect.
Opposite, the brake get released, so the prolactin goes up. So now the signals are like, everything is no FSH, no SH, this and that. So maybe indirectly in some...
I'm sure. Sure.
Because the thing is, I do read studies, I do believe in studies, but I don't I'm not orthodox on this thing, because I know there's a new study come out tomorrow. They'll be like, okay, now...
Yeah, that one was not good and this one is good.
Yeah, this one is
always
okay
happens.
now.
Yeah.
So this is why what I think, like, it actually does affect indirectly, not directly, but indirectly your mind. With your mind, it does affect your
absolutely.
Things.
Yeah. No, it does, and
it takes you away from your goal. Like, if you want to be a bodybuilder,
the masturbation part, especially the ejaculation part. To your point, when you ejaculate, your prolactin level.
Yes.
That's what happens, and that's why the recovery time takes longer, and that's why there's prolactin's one big kind of hormone that you always want to
feel
look
this and that, all that
you
things
just feel
comes
like
together.
you're done.
Yes.
Everything is a downer, and as the dopamine goes back up and the prolactin goes down, then the drive, the motivation, the libido, they start coming back.
This is what I tell my clients. If someone asks me, I'm like, at least don't do it before going to the gym.
Yeah, you're done.
I mean, this is a stupid thing, but don't do it before going to the gym.
Yeah.
So, these are the things. I train my clients more of a mind game, because if you want to be a bodybuilder, if you want to be a 100-meter sprinter or a high jump or long jump or wrestler or anything, and your mind is, you're not living that thing 24/7, there's no way you can be on top of the line.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to do a time pass doing this.
Yeah.
You just want to do social media videos. Okay, do it.
That's
Go ahead.
fine.
But if you want to be on top of the line, bro, I remember... I used to live like a bodybuilder. I never wore any jeans when I was like 25 or younger. I never wore any jeans or any dress pants. I was always in my shorts.
Yeah, you probably couldn't find any that fit you anyway.
I mean, now I'm okay, but back then I was like 285 pounds, bro.
Jesus
I was big.
Christ. How much you weigh now?
235, 230.
Yeah.
I'm pretty lean, bro.
What's your body fat percentage?
I never measure. Maybe, I think it's about like 15 to 18.
Yeah? Really?
Yes.
Right now. All right, we have
I don't know, bro.
We have an in-body machine. We'll check your scan.
I don't even know, honestly. I don't even get into all this. I just look in the mirror. I know this is me. I fix it. Yeah. I never measured my body fat and stuff. Yeah. Maybe I'm like 12. I don't know. I'll show you my photo and you tell me. Okay, let's do this quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only thing that kind of hides is your visceral fat. But
this is me today.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're still a monster, dude. You're probably like 13, maybe 14%.
I think that is the best number.
That's an amazing number. Under 15?
I think
that's a bit
below. People are like, want to get to 5%, stay there. You're gonna fuck up your testosterone. Your hormones staying that lean for too long.
Under 10 is not sustainable.
Not sustainable,
for
right?
a majority of people, unless you're genetically blessed.
Forget about hormones and stuff. Just to be on that 5-7%.
Yeah.
You stay irritated. You're like, I cannot drink this, I cannot eat that. Should I eat this? How many calories in this? How many calories? Bro, I don't even count my calories.
A little bit of carbs.
Even when I was competing, I never counted my calories. Never counted my calories. I just followed the plan what my coach gave to me. And even now, I'm eating, bro. If I go home now, I'm hungry, I'll eat 2-3 koli of dal. That's my meal.
So your diet has always been kind of in sync, right?
Clean. I don't like eating bad.
What about like other bodybuilders and the GLPs came out now, right? Do you feel like there's a lot of big push of the GLPs, the weight loss meds, to make things a little easier? Like,
Bro, my GLP-1 is my vegetables and my legumes and the lentils.
You're an anomaly. What about the other guys who are trying to make it? Do you feel like they're using...
when SARMs came in, everyone jumped on SARMs. Now, after like few years, now peptides came in. Everyone's going to be on peptides. But if you want to be a bodybuilder, I don't want to say this, but this is the truth. Anabolics and testosterone, they're going to be the king all the time. There's nothing that can replace that to be someone, if you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to build more muscles. This is more of a wellness thing.
Yeah.
If you just want to look decent wellness thing, peptides are very good. You can do peptides.
Yeah.
But with me, I mean, GLP-1 kind of stuff, I'm not a big fan because I love my food, honestly. And
Yeah.
I don't want to lose muscle mass because
Yeah.
if I don't if my appetite goes down, I won't be able to eat food, right?
Yeah.
So I want to eat more food. I want to feed my gut bacteria.
Yeah.
I think I don't look at salad as a salad. I'm like, this is gut bacteria. This is my
just eat.
blood sugar
You
control.
like food.
This is my muscles. This is for my gym. This is for
But
my
that's most
hormonal
people.
health.
Yeah.
This is how I look at food. I don't look at it as butter chicken or this and that or grilled chicken or no.
Do you see it as fuel?
Yes.
Like fuel.
Okay, so do I need these fats today or not?
Okay.
I look at it like that.
Okay.
I don't look at it
For what you're
walnuts.
gonna do for the rest of the day.
Yes, I don't look at walnuts
Interesting.
as walnuts. I'm like, these are healthy fats. How much fat did I eat today? Okay, by a rough idea, I ate this much.
You know your body pretty well.
It's just
That's what
there.
it
I
is.
don't need.
You're
Okay,
in
so
sync.
like when we eat
Yeah.
food or when we drive, we don't think.
Yeah. No.
The subconscious mind that
You're
do the
not
calculations.
there. Yeah.
Right, we are on the phone, we are fighting, or we are arguing with somebody, we make turns and stuff.
Yeah.
We are always on track, right?
Yeah.
The same thing with me when I'm with the food and planning, making a plan for my client, bro. It's there. It's there. I mean, I just look at someone. I'm like, this is what he need, and by God's grace, like everything fall on the right place all the time.
But that's not the story for everybody, right? And in your world, I know, one thing that scares a lot of people about just bodybuilding and anabolics and things is, guys dying very young, right? So
It's not just bodybuilders.
well, in general, but when they see anabolics, there's a correct way to kind of do it, right?
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is what most guys figure out too late in your world?
Right, coach. They just
Guidance.
see, okay, this guy has a big body, good body. He has done this, so let me just go take training from him. They don't see their experience, their life journey, their thoughts, how they live.
Yeah.
All those things. I think one should choose a coach very smartly. And by luck, I chose my coach. He is the best. So I think that's one of the thing. Another thing is they don't get their blood work done, and I think is they just want to ignore it because they don't want to scare themselves too much. Okay, so if some people overthink.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that. Or maybe it's just that they don't even know what to get tested, because mostly what people get tested is liver, kidney.
Yeah.
They don't even
and
look at
cholesterol.
the hormonal health before they jump back on cycle. I want to make sure, if I have a client, I want to make sure his hormonal health, his testes are producing
The signals are good, the LH,
everything
the
is
FSH
back.
is good.
Because if it's not, and I'm going to stress it more, it might shut down for good.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure it happens,
can-
right? It can shut down for good.
It can, depending on the anabolic you use. Right?
of them.
Testosterone, usually not.
It's the mild one. Testosterone is the mild one, but
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
testosterone is one of those things that PCT is great, but you can, and one of the misinformations is that you have to be on it forever, that you'll never come back. Let's say you use testosterone, therapeutically for X amount of years. If you never PCT, your natural levels will kind of go back by themselves. You'll feel like crap for a few weeks or a couple of months, but your natural level, your LH, FSH will start back up. But certain anabolics, the way they work is they linger in your body for a long time. Mm-hmm. So that signal never rekindles, the LH and FSH. So it always stays in that like standby mode. And that's when you see guys with very, very, very low testosterone levels, with very low LH levels and FSH levels, and it won't budge. Okay. And that's a big problem. So those guys need a proper PCT.
That's one of the reasons I want to make sure, the hormone is in the right place before I make sure, I jump back on cycle or my client. So this is what I do for myself. I never disclose it to anybody in any podcast. Like, this is what I do now. So majority, I'm on like a TRT dose.
Yeah.
If I'm on cycle, if I'm on something, I only take few certain anabolics just for the photo shoot.
Okay.
Because
just for that
that's
time.
my job.
Yeah.
I get paid.
Yes.
If I do that, I'll get paid. That's my job.
Yeah.
So the max period on that is 10 to 12 weeks.
Okay.
That's the max.
For a cycle.
That's the max. And whatever I need to do, I do half the dose.
Okay.
Always I do half or like 2/3. I never go full on.
Okay.
And my dose are micro dosing.
Yeah.
After that, for good, like for now, for like 2-3 months, I'm clean. So if I have some photo shoot coming up, then I might use some clan or an hour or something, a little bit, just to get in shape.
You know your body.
Yeah, otherwise, yes, exactly. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I just want to build a little muscle,
Yeah.
I'll do TRT.
Okay. We're not condoning this to anyone. No one do it.
No.
Professionals only. That's why we're here. That's why we're trying to do this.
Don't just do this and do chat GPT, find answers and start doing stuff. Like I'm talking about myself. Like I told you, like I never get aromatized, bro.
Yeah.
I don't need any stuff.
You don't need an estrogen blocker.
Bro.
Majority of guys will.
Tablets are different.
Tablets are different. Yeah.
I'm not even counting them.
Yeah. Only the injectables.
You know what I mean? I still don't get aromatized.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
just
get
your body.
gyno. And then all of my colleagues and my fellow friends who competing, they've been through surgery.
Okay.
So that's few things.
What do you think you can tell regular guys? Like 3 good things, not getting on no anabolics. What 3 things they can do to possibly boost their natural production of testosterone and their lifestyles? And what are the 3 things they shouldn't do?
Mostly people are doing finish your question.
Yeah, and 3 things they shouldn't do.
They shouldn't do.
3 things they should and the 3 they shouldn't.
So first of all, basic, to boost your testosterone, like you told us, sleep, workout, clean diet.
It sounds so silly, right? So simple.
Simple is
so
hard.
silly. Like,
simple is hard.
Yeah, simple is hard.
Simple things are tough to do.
We make it more complicated than
if
for
I
no
tell
reason.
someone to do bench press every single day, not every single day, but if I tell someone to do bench press every week to grow their chest, they will never do it. If I tell them to do push-ups, they will never do it. They will tell me some crazy workout that you know that we don't know. There's nothing that we know that you don't know. It's just consistency. I've been doing this from last 30 years.
Yeah.
Bro, you just started
is key.
3 weeks ago.
Keys. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And 3 things that one shouldn't be doing is, first of all, this is the most important, sleep, 100%. One should not, compromise with the sleep. Right. Another thing is stress. Stay away from stress. This is
hard,
the reason.
Man. That's a hard one.
No, not hard. Honestly, it's practice. No, bro. I'm gonna tell you something about this.
Okay.
It's all about practice. So this is why we need God.
You need something to help manage your stress. You can't avoid stress. People will stress no matter. I think how to manage stress. People need to find something. Not everybody can do Satbachan. Okay.
Practice, bro. You think like the first day I wanted to do this, it happened one day? No, didn't happen in one day. It took me years for this. Okay, so who you hang around with matters the most. If you hang around with the doctors, you will become more knowledgeable in doctors. With bodybuilders, you get more knowledge about bodybuilding. With someone with the meditation and if you hang around with them, with their company, you will know how to calm yourself and how to connect to that one source. If there is one source, how to connect to yourself or universe or whatever you want to say it. The only thing is give that thing your stress. Whatever you do, I'm all yours.
Let it go.
I'm all yours. Whatever you do, I agree. Like this agreement. Without even reading, we press we agree and we sign up with stuff. We never read it, right?
Never.
So same thing there. I don't read it. I just agree.
Okay. You're right. Just tell them you're right.
So that's the second thing. The first one is sleep. Second one is manage your stress. And third one is the food. Don't eat bad, bro. I mean, how can you eat something that's eatable like bread or tortilla or something like fish or anything that's been sitting there from last 1 year and you opening it up and you feeding it to yourself and to your kids? I mean, imagine making something at home, dal or rice.
Yeah.
You leave it one day on the kitchen, just outside. You won't be able to eat it the next day.
Can't eat it again, spoiled.
That's the only thing I tell people, like
eat real food.
Eat real food, bro. I mean, people say Indian diet is not good for muscle. I think this is the best diet to build muscles. We have when we eat dal, chawal or rajma, legumes and stuff. We get the whole protein. We get the
carbs.
amount of fats with the ghee that we need.
Yeah.
But with the ghee, what I do is we don't cook in the ghee. We just cook it normal without any oil, any ghee.
Yeah.
And if I need 1 spoon, I'll just pour 1 spoon in my bowl.
In your, not even heating it up. In it.
Yeah, that's it.
I think the problem with our diets and probably most people, the foods are great, protein packed, have a good amount of carbs, great amount of fats. There's no activity.
That also, and
So the calories are building up.
the amount of dal that we were supposed to eat, we converted from dal. We we are eating that amount of rice now.
Yeah, carbs.
So there should be like rice should
Proportions.
be there. Yes, I would say like 3 portion dal and 1/4 should be rice.
I like that. 75 and 25.
75. That's my ratio.
Yeah.
Then big plate of salad.
Yeah.
So you get fiber. Not forget from the salad. You get fiber from the dal. Big fiber from the dal. Yeah. You get a complete amino profile.
Yeah.
And if someone is vegetarian and I have vegetarian guys who compete and they're in very good shape.
It's amazing.
There are a few things that you just need to know and learn, like leucine. Leucine, it turns on the muscle protein synthesis.
Yeah, protein synthesis.
So just take 1 gram of leucine with every meal and that's it. You're good to go. You need to learn. I mean, this won't come in a day.
No.
It takes years.
And you need to learn your body.
Bro, it's very simple.
Down.
Like people think it's a rocket science and they want to know it on the way of a rocket science, but it's in real, this is chicken and rice. Just eat chicken and rice 3 times a day.
Moderation is key in life.
Bro, it depends on how much how active you are throughout the day.
The activity
the active
is
you are, the more you eat. The construction guy, if someone is doing construction, heavy construction, I give him fruits.
Eat all day, baby.
I give him honey.
Eat all day.
But I give him all natural. I give him dates. I'm like, eat, keep on eating because you're keep on burning.
Baby. They're gonna burn that baby.
So it's that simple, bro. So I think we're done, right?
I think we did pretty good. Jesus Christ.
But one of my favorite podcasts today.
Today? He said today. Yeah, the next one is not gonna be. No, that was awesome,
till now, this is one of my favorite podcasts. Okay, so this was it. A big 90-minute, almost 90-minute. I don't know after the editing how much is going to left, but a good video on hormonal health that actually affect your muscle mass, your mental health, your reproductive system, and fertility, and everything is included. We tried our best. Thank you, bro.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for
having me and coming here because I'm at your clinic, Atlas. So if any of my any of my Punjabi guy, especially uncles, and even if young guy is listening, to tell them to your dads, please take care of your hormonal health, your testosterone. This is the reason they might be feeling a little low in life. Energy, losing muscle mass. Atlas, if you're in Jersey area, you can come to the city. This is 35th Street.
35th and 8th Avenue.
And 8th Avenue. And if you're in Long Island, the address is
East Meadow.
East Meadow.
Yeah, Long Island.
So make sure, this is one of the, they will feel alive again. Trust me on this. They will feel alive again. Yeah. This was it. I think we covered almost all the topics on hormonal health, testosterone, estrogen, DHT. We did. Then I just told people about micron cycle, and I'm just gonna work more on this podcast and make sure I bring quality knowledge to you guys.
Well, thank you, Vicky brother, for coming and sharing your experiences with us and your wealth of knowledge, and hopefully your goal to bring all this knowledge to the youngsters can really help prevent them from making mistakes and doing things on the right path, and got a good amount of knowledge out of what to do and what not to do, and take care of your health. So, farewell. Yeah, good enough.
Go.